Alrighty here, so welcome back to the video, guys. What's up? Hope you guys enjoyed my last one. This video we're gonna be doing more of a guide for Kirishima, 101 type of thing, tips and tricks, all that good stuff. I'm gonna be talking over these clips. Gonna be going over everything with you in terms of what to do in certain situations, how to play them, stuff like that. All these are gonna be in live rank matches, so um yeah, let's just get into it. Hey guys, just wanted to mention to you, if you haven't subscribed, please do so now. If you enjoy the content and you want me to make another guide, drop the thumbs up, give me a like, help me get that ratio a little better, and let's get into it for real this time, okay? Let's go. Alrighty, so for the first move, as you guys probably know if you played the character for a little bit, this is M1 or controller, your main primary attack button. It's this Shanbara blade. You run forward, you swing, just do a lot of damage. So see here, I'm showing it off. Really good if you use it against the wall, or if your opponent is in a tight corridor or like an alleyway, and I'll show you how I use that later in like the water zone or the fire zone. Using that move when it's like obviously close combat or in tight corridors really lets you keep up the hit, because a lot of times what happens is when you're using that hit, they'll fall out of it, they'll fall out of the attack, and it has really bad turning radius. It's really hard to turn left and right. You turn it left, turn it right, it's very difficult. So you really want to just use that move, especially when you're 10 cores. Out in the open, it's very difficult to use. I wouldn't recommend using it out in the open because it doesn't get you anywhere. People can jump, dodge, fly away from that. So unless you're really close to them or you're trying to catch up to somebody, like if you're chasing after somebody, it's good to use. But otherwise, I wouldn't recommend using it outside of tight corridors or in a building, because that's where it really works really well. Really maximize the damage output on that attack. So for our beta skill, also known as red counter, as it reads, lunge forward and punch with all your might. Don't let the attack fool you. It has a lot of versatility. It's not just a punching hit, not really just a damaging hit, although it is one of his main sources of damage. It has a lot of versatility, such as good mobility, albeit not super efficient. You don't really want to be using this that's not his main option. That's not what it's for. It's good for that in a pinch, but it's not what you really want to be using it for. It has 2 charges, so you can use it to kind of close the distance, and you can also use it to hit afterwards. So helps you a lot with that. Very helpful for a character like this, because Kirishima has no projectiles, no way of doing any kind of long range damage. So you really want to use that mobility as much as possible to get in. But you'd be surprised how far the attack goes as well. There's a lot of range, so I feel like people are scared to throw it out. So don't underestimate its range. Really good attack. And a pretty fast cooldown. The reload speed ain't too bad, so don't be afraid to just throw it out there, and get some hits in. I'm gonna show you right now how long distance this hit can go. Like I said, people get really caught off guard. They think they're safe, but you throw out that move and then you're hitting them, and next thing you know, you're killing them. So it's an easy KO. Trust me, one of his best moves. Now for his Y skill, it's pretty self-explanatory. Red burst. Swing your fist downward to the ground. If you're standing still, you do a shockwave on the ground. Big damage. His hardest hitting attack. It has 2 forms. Just jump. If you're standing still, it just does a shockwave on the ground. If you are jumping, you do a jump and you do an over arc, and then you slam. Now here, what I'm doing is basically showing you that if you do it, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of jump and slam on your opponent. But a little trick that I picked up was, if you are climbing up a building and there's an opponent above you just camping the top of that building, you can jump over and jump and then slam, and then you get that momentum to fly high over the railing and hit him. Something you couldn't do normally. So something to keep a track of. If you ever have someone camping you on top of a roof, you can use this trick to jump up and slam on them. So basically, this is the last skill he has, which is special action skill. It's his super armor / unbreakable. He just gets super armor, can't be flinched, can't be stopped. If you watch the anime, this ability goes hard. He can res for free, basically. You can't get stopped. I think Cementos is the only one that can stop you by lifting you up. But if you look at here, you can't be stopped during this res. Yeah, I get hit by Deku, I get hit by Bakugo, I get hit by Hiraka, and nothing. I'm fine. Alrighty, so basically we're now going to get into the main portion of the video, where I go over with you the gameplay, and we go over a full match. I cut it up into parts, but this is a full match. We end up winning this match. I'm gonna kind of go over a lot of parts and kind of see what you want to do and explain my thought process as I do these things. This is kind of how I think mid-match as I'm playing. So it's just easier for me to go over these with a voiceover than it is to say in live, because when I'm playing live games and live gameplay is hard because I'm locked in. So like I said, I'm gonna go over everything with you to my best of my ability throughout this match. So I'll be here and there, silence and cuts and stuff like that. So we'll go through it, and I'll stop and pause, and I'll kind of explain the thought process. Okay. Alrighty, so running up into this fight, I see the Cementos. With Cementos, you always want to super armor, because I feel like with Cementos, it's easiest to get around his walls and all that knockback. So I see the Cementos wall, so I instant super armor. See there, the attack is so bad. He fell out of all of it. The Kaminari, even though he's down, nothing hit him. That's why that main A skill is terrible. So we really try to avoid using it unless it's really like easy. You can hit it, but they always fall out of it. So I really try to avoid using that skill. And I saw him down there, tried to use it, and it didn't work out because that skill is just so bad. But yeah, so that's my thought process, especially when you're engaging, especially with Red Riot, because the problem with Riot is that when you engage, you have to be aware of the characters you're fighting. You don't want to run into the open against a Deku and a Bakugo. That's how you die. So you have to be very aware of the characters you're playing against and the character you're playing, because remember, you have no projectiles. So playing as Red Riot, you have to play a lot differently than you usually play other characters, because you don't want to get caught in the open, you don't want to get caught alone, because that's just a death sentence. So make sure you're very aware of who you're fighting against. That's one thing you really want to be looking out for. Alright, so the game is pretty slow, and you can see that this Toka hits me from like across the map. But anyway, so the game has been pretty slow. We're making it top 3 already. My team's getting pushed. They're low, so I go in, use my super armor, jump on the compress. I'm trying to fight him, and here's the Deku. That punch whiffs, which is annoying. And I go in with my A skill to try to catch him. Of course, like I said, you want to use it in tight corridors, and if I would have hit him, that would have been nice. But of course, I think he had TP'd up by then, so it was already too late. But this is a good final circle for myself as a character. That ability, I'm trying to make it work. I really do, but it's not a good ability, so I only use it unless I have an opportunity to, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just here fighting the Deku, get him off me. I'm getting hit right here. Remember, use that as mobility to get out. I tried to slam on the building, I whiffed it, but whatever, it is what it is. See how you use that punch to just get distance. Just healing. And here I want to show you a cool trick. So as soon as I finish healing, this little trick I learned called jumping from wall to wall to wall, just to make your movement a little bit better, because like I said, Kirishima lacks movement options. Remember, you want to jump, get that distance. Oh yeah, wall jumping too, very important to know. Like I said, Kirishima is one of those characters with a lot of mobility, so the wall jumping between alleyways helps you climb buildings quick. Really helps you a lot. You gotta use every tool in your arsenal to make Kirishima work, because he's not high tier. He's definitely a low tier character, but I'll make a tier list later. Just right now, it's not a good time to make a tier list. The game still came out, but I know, guarantee you, Kirishima's not gonna be very high. Go for the slam. I messed it up as usual. Whatever. Go straight down with the punch. Here we are in tight corridors. Everybody swinging on people. This is where you really want to use that move, because you can clip people, and the terrain helps you. The terrain definitely does help you, but big issue is that move's not good anywhere else. These scenarios. That's why I do use it in the chances I get, but normally it's not a good attack. It's not the best attack for sure. His best attack probably is slam. His highest damage and his punch is very versatile. But that A skill is gonna need a buff for sure. Boom, slammed on her. Remember, jump. You especially want to jump when they're getting up because you want to time your hit with their iframes. If they're getting up, you can time it just right to hit them. You know, so you want to time when the enemy's getting up, so you could jump and slam and hit them as they're getting up. At least not as they're getting up, but as the iframes end. Really make use of that. So, use that move, close the distance. I see them fighting. Go for a slam. I see two people there. I only get the Momo. Super armor because I'm out in the open now. Look at that. See, still made a hit. Remember, you gotta use that range. That punch goes far, guys. Do not underestimate it. Of course, this Froppy's gone. She's a Froppy, and I'm Kirishima. So, I'm doing what I can, using my punches, doing everything I can to get up to her. But by the time I get there, she's gone. Another thing that's important for Kirishima, and most characters in general, is holding high ground. People underestimate how important holding high ground is. So that's why I'm fighting against this probably for this high ground. I think I went to chase her on the rooftop, but some momentum shift, it pushed me back. I don't know what she hit me with, but it pushed me back. I try to clash with the punch with her tongue, but of course she gets away from me. Yeah, like I said, remember, I'm trying to get up to my teammate. Wall bounce, wall bounce, wall bounce. Do the best I can, do what I gotta do. Trying to get up there as fast as possible. See, this is why I say holding high ground is good for Kirishima. Slam both of the teammates. And now I'm in the fight. Now I'm in here. So look at that, boom. There's a perfect use of that A skill. Literally exactly what you need to be doing with that skill. So I'm trying to thirst this Froppy because she can insta-res. So I'm trying to get her out of the picture. There's no better move to thirst somebody than the A skill or B skill. He doesn't have really good thirst, like thirsting options. Thirsty basically means, if you don't know what thirsty means, basically means to just finish an enemy quickly when they're down. But like for me, I had enough to res both my teammates, so I got them both up. So at this point, it's basically over. It's a 3v1. This deck is hiding somewhere, and I'm just gonna heal. I'm gonna heal and let my Tenya do the rest of the work. And I think the Tenya kills him here. As yeah, he's doing it. You can see him do the wall. He's doing the execute. So I'm just like, all right, cool, we win, easy. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of the game. We went, popped off. That's kind of how you do it. That's basically how you play Kirishima. For the most part, just kind of do what I do and win. Pick your fights. Don't rush headfirst into everything. You're not invincible. This isn't the anime. You will get rolled. Pick your fights very carefully. You know, and just try your hardest to not throw. Basically, it's Kirishima. He's definitely not the best character there is in the game. There's characters that are way better. Long range meta, Bakugo and Deku, they're up there. They're hard hitting, long range characters. So you're fighting against the tier list with this character. But if you enjoy him, you enjoy his playstyle, close combat, you know, beat him up type of character, can take hits, can deal damage, but you're not invincible. So don't let the anime fool you. You are not invincible. So play appropriately, play smart. Just engage properly. That's all it is. If you engage properly and just incorporate the tips that I've given you in this video, you will rank up 100%. So just play smart, guys. And all my Kirishima mains out there, you got this.